Okay, so a lot of you guys wanted me to do the 50 random facts tag, so I decided to just go ahead and write it all down, and that's why I haven't had a video out in like 3 days, is because I legitimately was like mind-racking, brain-numbing, trying to figure out how to do this, basically, because I couldn't think of anything. I don't know, I'm just not that interesting of a person. But yeah, I'm just gonna go through 50 random facts about me. So let's get started. I'm a nail biter in any stressful situation. You will always see me wearing this one mood ring on my right index finger for absolutely no reason. I absolutely love art, and I actually like entering art competitions with my school, and I've actually won quite a few, which is exciting. My Neighbor Totoro was one of my favorite movies when I was a kid, and I'm absolutely obsessed with Totoro. Also, I identified with the character Mei because I looked exactly like her as a kid. I think you can tell I have a really wide mouth. I had the frog mouth of Mei. Also, when I was a kid, I wore either a Tinkerbell swimsuit, which I don't know how I didn't end up with rashes, or a cat costume for the vast majority of my childhood until both of those things either fell apart or my mom hid them from me. One time when I was little, I went out on Halloween as a gel, which was how I said girl when I was little. I used to say, Mom, I want to be a big gal. I want to be a big gal. And so, yeah, I went out as a girl. So I wore pearls and a little bit of lipstick and blush, and I was a girl. And anytime I went to a house, everyone was like, oh, you're a little cute housewife. And I was like, no, I'm a girl. I'm a big girl. I am a PS3 gamer. Some of my favorite games on PS3 in particular are Bioshock 1 and 2, great games, Mass Effect, Skyrim, and Heavy Rain, which is really good and PS3 exclusive. When I was younger, Donkey Kong 64 used to scare me, and so I made my brother play the levels for me so I could get through them but still see the gameplay. I'm more of a cat person than a dog person. However, my favorite dog is a dachshund, and I've had several in my past. I would love to have a rescue pit bull when I grow up. When I was a kid, I had this nickname because in 5th grade I got a really bad haircut, and when I came to school, the first thing one of these girls said in my grade was, "Hey, Willy Wonka," and it stuck. I won my very first art competition in 7th grade with a vase full of chalk pastel flowers and hot glue. And it actually ended up touring the state and went on like to a national competition, so that's cool. The last competition piece I entered was last weekend, and it was a big old painting of a macaroon, which you would have seen on my Instagram if you follow my Instagram. I like my coffee black. This one is an important one. My room is always legitimately messy, okay? A lot of you guys have been commenting and saying, Arden, why don't you clean your room? Or you'll be like, Arden, it's awesome that you don't clean your room. Or I have gotten the occasional comment that says, Arden just keeps her room messy to be relatable. No, it is because I am a teenage girl and I don't like to clean. In fact, messy. I always sleep better when I have weight pressing down on me, and I always have to wear socks when I sleep. I also always sleep with a little mini fan on. I don't really like the coldness, I just like the sound. Some of my favorite TV shows are Adventure Time, Game of Thrones, Malcolm in the Middle, and Portlandia. If I could be any character from any of those series, I would either be LSP, Lumpy Space Princess, from Adventure Time, or I would be Daenerys from Game of Thrones, because then I would be the queen and the mother of dragons. My favorite game series of all time is the Kingdom Hearts game series, and I want the 3rd one to come out already. Apparently it's coming out in 2 years now, but they've said that every 2 years, so. I've always wanted to learn Korean, but I want to live in Japan. Earlier this year, I listened to K-pop for a full month without listening to anything else. I do know how to speak decent French. I could hold the conversation if I needed to. I've also traveled to both France and Spain, which is pretty exciting. I have been in 2 car wrecks, and neither of them involved a second party. Some of my favorite bands are Postal Service, Chitty Bang, Two Door Cinema Club, and Daft Punk. My birthday is May 3rd, and I will be 18 this year, yay! And that also makes me feel really old. Sometimes my mind plays this crazy trick on me, and I think that I'm in 2008 still, so I'll write it on my papers as my date. I don't know what happened in 2008, but it has left a severe mark on my brain. I'm a lefty. I run 2 miles consistently every single day. I have always loved Alice in Wonderland and all of Lewis Carroll's work, but I especially love Alice Through the Looking Glass. If I'm not actively eating with other people that are eating, I have to leave the room because the sound of other people eating makes me nervous. When I get really sleepy, I can fall asleep while talking to someone and hold full conversations without them ever realizing that I'm asleep. My 2 favorite perfumes are Dolce & Gabbana The One and Miss Dior Cherie. I have actually been published in 2 magazines and a book. One of my biggest fears is getting cuts on my hands and feet and or splinters. I don't know why, but I will go into like shock whenever that happens. Like if I get a paper cut, my world crashes around me. I prefer the shape of Vans over Converse. My house got burglarized about a month ago. The robber actually didn't get my camera, laptop, iPad, or iPhone because there was a 10-pound dachshund barking in my room, so they didn't go in there. I really want to get a munchkin cat when I'm older. They're so freaking cute. I once had a cat that died of constipation, which is horrible and sad, but at the same time, morbidly funny. I'm also terrified of getting any kind of parasite like tapeworms, flatworms, roundworms, pinworms. I'm terrified of worms, basically. I drive an '89 white BMW convertible. I have never had to take my almost 25-year-old car to the shop to get something fixed, yet my dad's 2009 Ford truck has had to have 2 different engines and 3 different transmissions. I'm just saying, vintage cars rule. I want to live in Northern California in my later life, but work in Southern California. I have always preferred the beach to the snow. And the last fact about me is that I have been on YouTube for 4 years! Isn't that crazy? God, it's like my whole high school has been YouTube related. Okay guys, so those are my random facts. I hope you guys enjoyed that, learning fun things about me. If you didn't enjoy that, I'm sorry, but everyone was requesting it, so you can just hate those people. If you want to leave some random facts about yourself in the comments box, I would love to hear some like crazy stuff that is unique about you, because that's cool to listen to. Also, don't forget to follow me on all my social media sites in the description box and subscribe if you have not already. And I'll see you guys for the next video. Bye!